guys, it's Kelly. I'm back with another process video. This layout is for Cocoa Daisy and I am using their August kit that is called Letterpress. And the inspiration for this layout is that beautiful floral paper that I am matting my photo with right now. It is gorgeous. It seems a little bit retro or antique to me, and that was the inspiration for me to use this photo of my mom. I found this photo, and what I did is I went ahead and scanned it, cleaned it up just a little bit, made, saved it onto my hard drive and just printed it out so that I can return the original to her and I have a copy, and that way, I'm not putting an original on the page. So I found this cut file at Paper Issues and I loved it. I just did a photo of her, or a layout of her recently using butterflies, and I hesitated for just a moment thinking, I've already used that motif, and then I thought, I don't care. I love the cut file. I thought it was very pretty for this, and I just, for the finished layout, I am just very pleased with the way that it came out. So I decided that what I wanted to do was focus on the softer colors of the kit, and I had to get this black and white bow onto the layout in some fashion. I tried to get it to work on a previous layout and I couldn't, and I was so aggravated that I was determined that it was going to work on this page. So I'm taking this beautiful cloud paper and I am just going to lightly outline the butterflies and back it with this pretty aqua paper. I thought that my initial thought was that I was going to focus on the aqua, the pink, and the yellow of the kit, but as I'm starting to make the page, you will see how I end up changing the direction just a wee bit. I'm not going to keep in the entire process of backing the butterflies. It's pretty boring, and I use the same paper to do it. I then went through my punch stash and pulled out just a few of the butterflies that I had, and I am going to punch several different butterflies out of the different colors. I originally thought that I was going to put this pink in, and I'm going through my Project Life cards because I know that there was a card in particular that had this beautiful yellow and turquoise or mint colors on them, and I found it, and that is what I decided that I was going to go ahead and punch out some of the butterflies. Now, I'm not sure what is up with that big punch. My wrist is still a little bit weaker from that sprain that I had several months ago, so I couldn't get it to really punch through. So I just put it aside, and I'm going to use a few of the other punches and go ahead and punch out the butterflies from the smaller ones. Maybe I just need to sharpen it a little bit with some aluminum foil. I'm not sure, but I'll come back to it a little bit later, probably once my wrist can actually handle punching it down, or I'll just give it to a friend to do it for me. So I like the way that the butterflies are looking around the page. You are going to see that I'm going to try to work those pink butterflies on again, and I am not going to be able to do it. There's something about this color combination. It was a little bit different. It's very soft, and I felt like the pinks, when I put them on, they were just too bright. It made for a different feel for the page. So I am going to take those off and then just leave them off. So at this point, what I'm trying to figure out is how I'm going to get that black and white bow on, and the kit came with several tags, and one of them has the muted yellow that is perfect with the yellow butterflies. So I thought that that would be perfect. I could put the big bow on it, it balances it off, and I would be able to finally get it onto a page. So I was thinking that I wanted to have a small border around my layout, so I'm just trying out a few of the different papers to see what I like. And since I haven't decided, I went ahead and went to the sewing machine and I stitched messy circles in gold thread because I wanted to just jazz it up a little bit. The gold is also a nice offset with that muted yellow, and I just sprinkled some gold Heidi Shine on the back of the white cardstock. I just wanted little bits. I didn't want it to be a lot of mixed media or a lot of mist. Just wanted very subtle, a very subtle detail to the page. I had read on a scrapbook board on Facebook, and this could have been months ago, where people were talking about using heritage photos with, I guess, non-heritage theme scrapbook papers and things like that. And they wanted more companies to put out more heritage products. And I just wanted to show that you can document these older photos with current supplies. You don't have to have something that specifically states, it's for heritage or vintage photos. You can, find things that work within those colors and just use those. You don't have to have a theme product to make your page. I guess that's what I'm trying to, say. And for me, it's really harder for me to necessarily use theme products outside of summer and some Christmas, so this works well for me. So I'm going to use these letter stickers. They were from a previous Cocoa Daisy kit. They are by Pinkfresh, and they're gorgeous. And I thought that the layout just needed another punch of black for that, to offset that black bow. And then I'm going to use the letter stickers that came with the kit and just put her age at the bottom. So I am going to I love these tweezers. I'm not sure what brand. I want to say they're not EK Success, but these tweezers actually tweeze the right way, the correct way, I like to say, as opposed to, you have to open up the tweezer to close it or something. I can't work with backwards things, and so most of the tweezers that I have found in scrapbooking to me are a little bit backwards, and it's so much harder for me. These are tweezers like you would pluck your eyebrows. So I'm going to be so lost if I ever lose these. So I had contemplated when I went to stitch the circle if I wanted to stitch it onto the background or not, and I couldn't do it because I was afraid that the circle would kind of get bunched up, or the little lines, the messy circles around the butterflies are fairly thin. So I just decided that I would go ahead and glue it down little bits at a time, and that way I could be sure that the circle stayed straight. So that is my reasoning for stitching the circle by itself and not onto the cardstock. It would have been a lot easier to stitch it straight onto the cardstock, and what I could have done is just lightly tacked it on with some adhesive and then stitched, but I've had an issue with that before, and I think it was just because maybe I was either stitching too fast or not careful enough, and I just figured this would be a safer bet for me. So I'm going to use my fine line bottle with the Scotch tacky adhesive and stick down those letters. That tacky adhesive is my favorite glue. I like it because it dries clear and it doesn't take a lot of glue to stick down the pieces. And I use it for my sequins and just about everything that I use on my pages if I'm going to be using a wet glue. If I use another glue, it is just because my fine line bottle is pretty much not in reach, or I'm using the multi-matte medium, which I will sometimes use for sequins as well. So these sequins came in another Cocoa Daisy kit, and it was months ago, but I keep them sitting on my desk and just pull them out when I'm using my Cocoa Daisy kits or other kits because they are just beautiful, and I'm determined I'm going to use all of these sequins. I wish I could tell you how many layouts I've used these sequins on, and I'm sure by now it's at least 7, 8, if not 9. They are just the perfect shade of butter yellow, and they just work so well. And I liked the way that they just dressed it up a little bit more and added some interest onto the page. So again, I'm just going to add a little bit more mist down in that bottom corner. I felt like I couldn't quite, that little area was a little bit too stark, too white, every place else, or at least all the other corners on the page, had some visual interest, whether it was, you know, the butterflies or the title. So I wanted to add just a little bit more detail to that corner. So that's pretty much it for me today. I'm just going to glue down the rest of the sequins, and I think for once my entire process is in this video. So yay for me for actually finishing the layout on camera. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. I truly appreciate it, and I've had several new subscribers, and I just want to give you a warm welcome. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. I really do enjoy the process and putting them out there, and I hope that you can find some inspiration and some ideas from this. So thanks so much. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.